Hey everybody, and welcome to my N5 series on the SP404 Mark II, where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. Alexander Altman writes in and says about the looper feature, where the looper was changing its basically the buffer size while I was using it as a delay, and just says like this is behavior that happens on other delays as well. And it didn't happen on the SP404SX. So I've done the best I can to get the SP404SX set up here. And if I hold down remain and hit delay, basically it's lighting up all of the pads that are valid and just saying any pad that I play is going to go into the delay. If I come in and set it for a quarter note, just so we have like a regular consistent pulse, and I'll put feedback up as high as I can. I'm gonna go balance in the middle, and I'm just gonna play something. And I'm just trying to make it as loud as possible. So we have like a consistent pulse going on in a BPM. It's this pad I played is 95, and I'm going to play one this one's 117, I believe. So it still has that pulse, and hasn't changed the BPM. So the buffer size has not changed. What's happening on the SP404SX appears to be it's using anything that is BPM derived for a delay or other buffer. It appears that it is adjusting the BPM size based on the last played sample if you don't have any pattern or other thing that's going to supplant the BPM. So I'm just going to show you. So I've got this bass note, 90 BPM. Got like this kind of, I don't know, bell-ish sound here that's 64. And I've got this other, I don't know, like horn kind of thing that's 64 BPM. And got like this other one that's 90, like a vocal. So if I come in and turn on the delay, put it to quarter note so we get a pulse and 99% feedback, so it'll go as long as possible. We're going to get similar results if I play both pads that are in the same BPM. So this is what's going to happen. We got this pulse. This is what I would expect. So you can kind of keep adding to it and it stays on the same BPM. But these are both 90 BPM. Watch what happens when I play the 64 BPM pad. Now we've kind of got like this groove to it, because it's doing like a double tap of like that bass note now. And if I play like this other note, it's going to keep that groove. But it's going to start going crazy if I come in and play these 90 BPMs again. So you can hear now it's like kind of repeating faster. Now, I've come in and tried playing with shift pad 11 to adjust the tempo, and it seems like it will honor, if you come change the tempo select, whatever the last one was. And if you want to get really crazy, you can just toggle between the two really fast. And you're going to keep messing with the buffer. Oh, it's not doing it this time. Must be because it's not overwriting. Let's see. I guess it doesn't want to do it this time. Well, I have, like, if you go like this, obviously you're going to get things super crazy. I was able to get this to turn into a tone by just doing this before. I don't know what the exact steps that I took, unfortunately. So I'm going to stop that, but you can end up getting like these weird grooves. So if that's what you're looking for, definitely there's some like cool applications to this to get some interesting swing or grooves going by having different BPMs going here. Now you might ask, if I go to like tape echo, is this going to happen? And it's not, because you're adjusting and specifying an exact time here. It's not synced to the tempo or BPM of what you're playing. But definitely, like time control delay is not going to have this. But if you go in, for example, to SX delay, it's going to have the same thing, because if we come in and put the time here, we'll go feedback 100% again. We'll do balance at the middle, roughly. And now if I do this, we got our normal 90 BPM loop, and we immediately switch to a different groove as soon as we change the BPM or play a different BPM sample. So again, I'm not quite sure what the best way to fix this is, other than if you need something to be a specific BPM and you don't want to be playing with patterns and things, I would say go in and set everything to have the same BPM, even if that's not quite what you want, but you're going to have everything set to the same BPM. You can also, whoops, turn that off. The other thing I found is if we just go record and do a empty pattern, we'll turn record off. We'll just go to rehearsal. I'll turn the SX delay back on and we'll come in. We're at a 70 BPM. And by playing this other pad, even though this is 90 BPM and 64 BPM for these two pads, because we got the looper, the pattern loop is taking over and owning that BPM. So then you can adjust whatever the BPM is that you want. And of course, just be careful, because if I'm using control knob 1 to adjust the BPM here, and we're getting like really weird sounds. It's just because we're changing that delay buffer substantially. So if we exit out and call it a day, I'll just say thank you, Alexander, for writing in. Hopefully this was educational for some folks out there. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.